This video gives you a quick tour of our SkySectionals PDF charts. We'll go over some of the features of our charts, as well as show you how to print out panels for a particular route of flight, so you don't have to unfold and refold those unwieldy full sectionals anymore. All of our charts are provided in PDF format, and you can download them immediately after purchase. You open them up in Adobe Reader software, which is available free from adobe.com. If you don't have it on your computer already, you can download it from them. We've opened up the Salt Lake City sectional here in Adobe Reader. We happen to be working on a Macintosh, but a Windows machine would look very similar. You can see that the first page of the sectional includes the full sectional, both the north and south. It shows a grid overlay of the various panels that are included. We've got A1, B1, C1, etc. We wanted to make it very easy for you to navigate within the SkySectionals chart. So you can click on any one of these grid identifiers to go straight to that particular panel. Let's say we wanted to look at the Boise, Idaho panel. Happens to be here, right in A2. If we click on A2, it takes us straight there. This is full resolution and the same 1 to 500,000 scale that you're used to from regular standard sectionals. The color fidelity matches those sectionals, and the resolution is very high. Perfect for any inkjet printer. The bottom left-hand corner of every panel, we have a grid that shows you where this panel is in relation to others on the sectional, and lets you click within that grid to move around the sectional. If we would like to look to the east of Boise, we can just click on the panel to the right, and it'll take us straight there. You can also see that there's generous overlap between each panel. You can see Smith Prairie here, and it also appears back on panel A2 that we were on before, here. There's easy reference at the bottom of every panel showing you the addition and the expiration date, so when you print them out you know how long that you have until that data expires. And we've left area for notes, so you can quickly jot notes down for a route of flight or write frequencies down, etc. On the bottom you also have a sectional identifier, in this case SSLC-N. You can click on that on any page to take you back to that primary grid. From here you can navigate again to any one of those sections of the sectional. If we wanted to go north Salt Lake City, for instance, we could click on D5, take us straight there, and then navigate again within the Salt Lake City South grid. We don't only provide the panels from a sectional, we also provide all the other ancillary information, including the legend and the frequencies and airspace. These are very handy to print out and keep on your kneeboard for reference. Of course, we also provide all the advisories that you're used to getting on a standard sectional. Well, let's take a quick look at how easy it is to print out the panels you need for a particular route of flight. By doing this, you can have those pages on your kneeboard and just turn the page as you go to follow your route, as opposed to having to unfold and refold the sectional. So let's pretend we're flying from Boise, Idaho to McCall, Idaho. McCall is about 80 nautical miles to the north of Boise and covers 3 panels, even though the route of flight also covers 2 sectionals. We only need to print out 3 pages to cover that route of flight. McCall is on the Great Falls sectional, just to the north of the Salt Lake City sectional. So when you start out from panel A2, we know that's where Boise is. We click on A2, and we'll see Boise there. And we'll know that that's page 6 of the PDF. We then need to go due north from there, so we can use the grid in the bottom left and click on the panel just to the north. And that's panel A1, which is page 5 of the PDF. So we know we need to print pages 5 and 6. You can see here there's that generous overlap between pages. The top of the Boise Class C airspace is still on this panel to the north, and you can see the Cascade Airport, which is to the south of McCall, and also represented on the Great Falls chart, is also here on the Salt Lake City chart. So to print pages 5 and 6, we'll go File, Print, get to the Print dialog box. We'll select pages here. We'll go 5 through 6. These two pages happen to be in sequence, but there's nothing stopping you from printing pages out of sequence. You can just separate them with commas. So if you needed pages 6 and 11, for instance, just enter 6, 11, and that will print out those two pages. We also need to be sure page scaling is set to none. We don't want the software to shrink the chart. We've already provided a good white margin around the chart itself so that your printer doesn't need to print all the way to the edge of the paper. There's no need for the software to shrink the chart to fit on the page. If it does do that, you'd lose the 1 to 500 scale, 500,000, a 1 to 500,000 scale that you need for matching standard sectionals. So you can still use your plotter to measure distance accurately. So be sure page scaling is set to none, and then we can print those two charts. We can go pick up that one panel from the Great Falls sectional, open up the Great Falls chart, and here you see the grid for that. And McCall is on the bottom left-hand corner of the Great Falls sectional. It happens to be panel A6, so we can click on that, go straight to that panel, which is page 26 of the sectional. We can note that. You can see McCall here, and Cascade, which is on the Salt Lake City chart we were referencing earlier, is down there at the bottom. So to print page 26, we go File, Print, get the print dialog box open. We've got two choices. We can, since we're already on that page, we can select Current Page, or we can select Pages again and enter 26. And that will take care of printing that page. Just need to be sure we also set page scaling to none. And just print from there. Our charts are made to print out on any standard inkjet printer, any color inkjet printer. Just set the print quality to the highest available, and that will ensure that the color fidelity comes across correctly and that the text is readable. You should find that our charts are just as high quality from a printing standpoint as you're used to from the standard FAA NACO sectionals. Hope you found this useful. You can download a free sample from our website where you can see the resolution and print quality for yourself. You can also order any of our sectionals or low en route charts there at www.skysectionals.com. Thanks, and fly safe.